Hello, Clark here with another Clark speech. So, what I wanted to say is that the difference between, say, my grandmother's women's generation, the 1920s, 30s, and 40s, and the women of today. So, I want to start off this speech with the most important point, and that is that you only have one husband and you only have one wife. And that doesn't mean you cannot physically have, I'm talking spiritually now. You only have one husband and you only have one wife. And not only that, but if your husband or wife dies, only then, or they cheat on you and sleep around, then you have the ability to have another wife. But the Bible is clear: whoever marries her that is divorced committeth adultery. So my mom and my dad are already in adultery right now, and I'm not. And I actually thanked God for my singleness a couple days ago because I realized that most women are just going to leave. And, what it comes down to is the fact that they don't make women like they do in the 1930s. 1930s women would be accountants. My grandmother's occupation was accountant, so she would answer calls all day for a paper business or some type of business. And I can remember as a kid playing with the toys in her office when my mom had to go to work and school wasn't open. So, why? You gotta ask yourself, you gotta really think about it and ask yourself, why don't these women act like they do in the 1930s? Well, for one thing I want to point out is the clothing changed. We see a lot of women today wearing yoga pants, low cut shirts, and everything else. But I want to show you how men who are Christian think when they see a modest woman. I saw a woman today in Stewart's. Her whole body was covered. This is the same woman previously who wore low cut shirts, and I noticed her even more because she wore her body covered. And I mean, the Bible commands it. Women dress modestly in the Lord. So that's what it's really saying. But all I really got to say is it seems to me that the women of the 1900s to early 1800s really knew what they were meant to do. They were meant to stay home. They were meant to cook, clean, and take care of kids. They were meant to handle affairs with the money to buy things with their husbands. And do you realize only 200 or 300 years ago, women couldn't even buy things? They didn't have discretionary funds. Do you even realize that? Do you even realize women couldn't vote before the 1920s? Do you even realize that women couldn't work a job in the 1800s? These are facts, not words. They literally could not do anything but stay home, and either if they had faith, they would pray for everybody, or if there were none, they would go in the church. But there were certain women who were baristas of bars, so I know that they did work at least a little bit. But all I'm really saying is, they don't make women like they used to. They just don't. And it's sad. It's really just sad. And we need to get back to women staying with their husbands. I saw a guy go to the movies with two women. What is he doing go to the movies with two women? And he's an old man. So all I really gotta say is, please, women, dress modestly for the guy's eyes' sake so he doesn't have fantasies late at night. And help yourself by submitting to the men in your life. I remember the worst girlfriend I had. We'll call her Kay. Her name's not Kay. But Kay would argue with me. Kay would call me a scumbag. Kay wouldn't do anything I wanted to do. And, I helped her at her lowest point. But, that's the thing. I'm a helpful Christian. but I don't always do that. So that's all I'm going to say.